What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today I'm jumping back into some Orcs Must Die Unchained with the last episode of How to 5-Star Apprentice. This is going to be with Max, and we're going to be using the same rules that I have if you have followed me before, although I have gotten a recent upgrade to the spike trap. Hopefully that doesn't make as big a difference, but we'll check it out and find out. Now this is the loadout I'll be using. I'm going to drop Sister Eaten by an Ogre for attention deficit so that my damage will be closer to somebody just starting out the game, and I won't make use of the Mage's Clover or the Blacksmith Guardian. So here we go. I'll just talk through this while I'm setting up everything so you guys have an idea of what I'm doing and why. Alright. So you want to turn right, go through this little alcove here, drop down on the first gate, and we're going to put a barricade here. This will force all the enemies to have to path in a single direction out. And to make sure that we get the most, actually, change that. Going to make these cars and then put up arrow walls. Oh. There we go. And then with the remaining coin, I'm going to put arrow walls there. Now, if you have someone other than Max, you will not be able to finish this. You will want to not place the arrow walls that are over here. And then we want to make sure that enemies path under that swinging mace. So if you look at the gate, as soon as the HP drops to the final bar, you want to fire off and in your faces. That'll help soften up everybody that's coming through, and then the rest you'll sort of charge into with your deflector shield up and take a little bit of damage, but ultimately it will generate a few more combo coins for you since they will be standing on the traps. Alright, and then aggro them. There we go. So making sure you keep that aggro up, super important. We're just going to place that barricade there. That will hopefully make these guys a little bit more or less reluctant to not go under the mace. Alright. Oh, how did I miss that? Didn't seem to hit anything at all. Oh, no you don't. Alright, and make sure that whatever you do, you zap everything that wanders off of or out of the swinging maces area. So move that a little bit closer. Now we have a lot of combo coin now. We're actually going to block this off, and we have an Unchained, thankfully. So gonna drop those.
I'll just leave this right here. I'll never notice this.
Alright, and again, as soon as the HP drops of that gate, oh, I fired it a little bit too soon. It wasn't as far away as I was before. But that's fine. I should still be able to take these guys out with relative ease. Alright. I missed that. Alright. Stunned them. Pick off the enemies that are closest to your rift so that you don't run out panicking later on. Try to keep them grouped up to make sure that when they explode, the lightning damage helps to soften up the rest. And that is working out extremely well. Alright, we'll buff in the kisser. Oh, there we go. And we're going to run back up. Now, in addition to the tars, you're going to arrow wall all of this up. Drop some there too, arrow wall there, and an arrow wall here. And then we're going to start building floor spikes around all of this. Try to get the spacing for the spikes right, since you'll be building them on the fly. Messing up the spikes means that you will be able to build fewer, and you'll have to focus on selling, which is going to eat into your time. You have a few seconds to spare, like I think around 20. So try to use them wisely. The better your setups, the more spare time you'll have, and the more combo coin you'll get. In the event that something happens to get past you, feel free to Unchained, and you will be able to drop some extra damage on everything. And now, since the other gate is open, those barriers that I placed over there initially will basically come into play. They'll make sure that the enemies are not able to get through this little alcove here, and they have to pass into these spikes as well. So the spikes will be doing a lot of work for you, and ultimately you don't really have to do nearly as much because they exist, which is awesome. Now you will still have to get a few shots off. You can drop an arrow wall over here as well. That will sort of shoot anything that tries to wander off, and eventually you'll just want to drop a few of those too. That'll make sure that enemies cannot just easily run up that first walkway and they have to pass all the way around. I think we have one more guy coming. We're just going to run from him since he should die on the spikes. There we go. Now we have our next wave coming up in a moment. We're going to drop the Lion Guardian early and place our barricade here. That makes sure that all the enemies have to come around here. And we're even going to start building the traps for them before we run back around and start dealing with the rest of them. And so building a significantly well done trap setup essentially allows you to do all of this with very little effort. So I'm going to get back around there before they actually start getting over to... Wow, that's actually doing really, really well. Your traps may do slightly less damage, so run back over here a bit sooner, but you could see the trap setup that I am going to use for the final gate already mostly completed. And then as these guys die, hold mash Z and run back over.
Our enemies, they're breaking through again.
Alright.
Notice this.
So they're going to try to path around your Guardian. If you want to block off this area, then they will only be able to go here. Just start peppering the area with more floor spikes to make sure that you get your point across. And zap everything that tries to come through. Some healing right there was really unfortunate. Alright, and the only barricades that will actually be under attack are the ones near the Guardians. Gonna grab So Beautiful It Hurts while I can. And now that area is completely secured. Now it's time to pop this boss. There's Green Wheeled. Got him. And as soon as Green Wheeled goes down, like, that's pretty much a game. There's gonna be a few more enemies and stragglers coming through the final gate here, and once they're taken out, you win. Lovely, right? Alright, do I have a new best time? $704. Pretty solid. Par for the map was 8 minutes, so that was about 55 seconds faster. Either way, there's the solution. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. But other than that, that should allow you to 5-star all of the maps. The only thing other than that you'll want to do is make sure that once you acquire any new heroes, you jump back through each of them. You don't have to 5-star them again, you just need to win, and that'll get you your victory chest, which gets you a few skulls and some cards for all of the apprentice level items, and that'll help you upgrade your things as soon as possible. If this video helped you guys out in any way, feel free to thumbs it up or like it, and or upvote it on whichever platform you happen to be on. Other than that, I sincerely appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks as always for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.